And the first thing I can guarantee is, as soon as I start filming, someone will be walking straight towards me, but they're not at the moment. Anyway, welcome back. And this is kind of like a special video, and for a guy who I won't name, but he bought me some coffees, and I'm really thankful for that. It really helps me do the videos, and I just kind of like answer a few questions. And one of the things that's been going through my mind is, and it's related to what's happening for me tomorrow. I just want to talk about young people in photography and how important they are to me, in the sense that tomorrow I'm doing a photo shoot with a guy called Cameron, and we're going around. We've both got the same film. We haven't got the same camera, we've got the same film we've decided to go out with, and to take some shots and take the same shots, but we see how we differ in the way we compose the photographs. And this was one of the things that was requested by the person who bought me the coffee. The other thing was about stand developing and stuff like that, so I'll do that with another video at some point in the near future. But yeah, the reason why young people in photography are so important to me is the fact that if they weren't there and they weren't doing what they do, we wouldn't have all this, new film coming back. And it's really great to see young people. When I go to different camera shops like Mr. Cad in London, and there's one I go to in Mornington Crescent as well, and you meet people in their teens and 20s talking about their passion for film photography. It's just wonderful. And I bet you thought I was going to say something different. I bet you thought I was going to say I was going to start disrespecting young people in photography. No, I think they're wonderful, and I think it's really great that they're getting involved with such a fantastic media. I think one of the other things I wanted to explain about was, while I'm doing this as more of a general video, is about my work. And I know I told you about my Doctor Who tours. Well, I'm one of these people who do different things to make a living rather than it just being one particular thing. I found that helps me. So I don't make any money really from these videos, because all the money that I get from these videos goes back into film, and the cost of film, as you know, is quite expensive. So it's only a tiny bit, and most of the money I pay out of my own money to make these videos. So that's, if you can buy me a coffee, that would be really great. But the other things I do, one of the things I do is make documentaries. So I'm an independent documentary producer director, and I've had stuff on national television and YouTube and various different formats as well. So there's that. And I also do themed photographs. It's really difficult to explain, so I'm going to show you a couple of the shots I've done in the past. And basically, I'm a portrait photographer, and as you know, back in the day I used to specialise in child portraiture. I still do a bit of that, and the shots you're going to see were taken, one set was taken this year in February, and the previous ones you'll see were taken last year in April. And I don't use any Photoshop. What you see is how they were taken, and that's how they come off the camera. They're taken in JPEG. They're not raw images that have been put through process. The only thing with the black and white ones, I use DxOLAV to convert them into like a black and white film style. That is it. Other than that, you are seeing what I do. So that's what I do. And what's coming up on the channel? Well, as I said, tomorrow I'll be hopefully working with Cameron. I'm going to go out and take some shots. I've got some portrait 160, some old Agfa film, which is over 20 years out of date in one of my cameras, but that's going through. Today I'm out and about, and I'm taking some shots with the Fomapan 200 pull processing, and a pull processing Pyro to 100. And I've also got the rest of that roll of 54 UN, which I'm going to use to I don't know quite what I'm going to do with it. I'm probably just going to process it as is in 510 Pyro as well. So that's what's coming on. I just thought I'd just do this little video, and I might show you some of the shots I'm doing in advance, because obviously the stuff I'm taking today you won't see for at least a week. So I might just show you some of the stuff that I'm doing today as I go around. So one of the shots I may have here is this tree here and the leaves, and try and get the redwood in the background. I don't know what the name of the type of the tree is, and someone's going to tell me, because you know what I'm like with naming trees. So I'm going to take a shot, perhaps take a shot of these leaves here in the foreground, and have the redwood in the background out of focus. I've got two lenses with me. I've got my 75 to 150 f4 and I've got my 50mm 1.8. They're both Ricoh lenses on my OM20. So I'll see what I can do. So if I can get anything with these, and it's going to be difficult because they're blowing quite heavily in the wind, and the 175 to 150 are an absolute pig to focus. It's at times like this I wish I'd brought my tripod with me, because the light under here, available light under here, is very low. It was 60th of a second at f4 and I was handheld with a zoom lens, so I may struggle with that. So I'm going to talk about a few of the photographs I'm going to take, but not all of them, because obviously this is a video about me developing the Pyro 510 with Fomapan at 100 rather than 200. So you won't see the photographs of these today, but you will see them in another video. But at least I'm explaining what I'm doing. Okay, so this tree is obviously in blossom, and I'm obviously working in black and white with the white flowers and stuff. Because I was using my 70 to 150 lens at 70mm, what I decided to do was make my focal point the bark, because it made it easier to focus. So I've done that. Now whether I'll capture anything in the depth of field with the flowers, I don't know, but we can hope that will happen. But it does look really, really lovely. I mean, look at that. The beauty of spring. Okay, so I'm back home now, and I did finish the Fomapan, so I'm going to develop that tonight if I get a chance, and then you'll see the video of that later in the week. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and buy me a coffee if you can. And as I say, I'm looking forward to working with Cameron tomorrow as well. Anyway, see you soon.